Reveal planet's strangest new deep-sea creatures. Learn why they need our help now.
Unpack science, myths, politics of deep-sea mining.
Welcome to our sonic voyage into the deep. I'm your host, here to reveal our planet's strangest new creatures.
Imagine aliens that glow and flutter beneath miles of water. Today we meet them and learn why they need our help. As we pull back the curtain on these adorable aliens, listen closely for the surprise at the end about our own identities and how you can be part of this discovery.
This is Adorable Aliens of the Deep, the show where we explore newly discovered species like the bubblegum snailfish and unravel why only a tenth of marine life is known.
We'll unpack the science, the myths, the politics of deep-sea mining, and the hope offered by treaties. Plus, we'll share a secret about our own AI hosts. Our journey begins with a dive to Monterey Canyon, where researchers used MBARI's ROV Doc Ricketts to pluck a pink, bumpy snailfish from nearly 11,000 feet down. Its tadpole shape, large eyes, broad fins, and squishy bumps earned it the nickname Bumpy Snailfish. This adorable alien is bubblegum pink and gelatinous. It curls its body like a ribbon and uses antifreeze proteins to survive near freezing water. Biologists described how its lateral lines detect vibrations and how its round head helps it grip the mud. Its discovery reminds us that life can flourish in extreme darkness, and that curiosity and technology can illuminate hidden worlds. We'll explore how scientists classify such finds and why color, texture, and movement matter when naming a new species. Next, we travel to South Africa's reefs, where divers have documented a tiny pygmy pipehorse, a relative of seahorses, with an elongated snout and shimmering rings that help it blend into red and green algae. Its discovery teaches us that even shallow coastal reefs can hide new species when we look closely. Nearby, scientists also recorded a rare guitar shark, a ray-like fish with winged fins and a long snout that strums the ocean floor for invertebrates. Its population has been declining because of overfishing and habitat loss, underscoring how new finds often come with conservation alarms. These stories encourage us to support protected areas and fishery regulations that balance discovery with protection. Our background wouldn't be complete without spotlighting other fascinating finds. Deep-sea limpets clinging to hydrothermal vents with iron-clad teeth. Blood-red soft corals swaying like underwater gardens. Translucent sea butterflies that flap their foot like wings. And hardy tardigrades crawling through sediment, resisting crushing pressures. Each species reveals unique adaptations, from bioluminescence to antifreeze proteins, hinting at new biomimetic technologies. These discoveries were possible thanks to remotely operated vehicles, sonar mapping, DNA barcoding, and AI image recognition, tools that allow scientists to see and identify life in total darkness. As equipment becomes more affordable and open source, citizen scientists may join the search, turning the deep sea into a community laboratory.
For our data dive, let's look at the numbers behind these discoveries. In early 2025, the Ocean Census initiative cataloged 866 new marine species in just a few months, a staggering haul that underscores how little we know. Scientists estimate that we've identified barely 10% of ocean life, meaning millions of species remain unknown. This discovery surge isn't just about luck. It's about improved sampling techniques, global collaboration, and the passion of researchers who spend days at sea scouring video feeds. We can visualize the unknown as a vast iceberg. The small tip above water is what we know, while the massive underside represents the mystery. It is truly mind-blowing and awe-inspiring. We often imagine the deep sea as a barren wasteland, but data proves otherwise. High-resolution sonar paints three-dimensional maps of seamounts and trenches, revealing ridges and valleys where life can hide. Remotely operated vehicles, like Sebastian and Doc Ricketts, stream back hours of high-definition video, showing complex communities of corals, sponges, and fish. DNA sequencing of water samples, a technique known as eDNA, allows scientists to detect species from tiny fragments of skin or mucus. Artificial intelligence helps classify images at scale, spotting patterns humans might miss. Together, these technologies shatter the myth of an empty abyss and show that deep-sea ecosystems are teeming with life. These breakthroughs make exploring the deep more accessible than ever. Another myth suggests that the deep is filled with giant monsters, but many newly found creatures are tiny and delicate. The Pygmy Pipehorse measures just a few centimeters. The tardigrade, or water bear, is microscopic, yet can survive extreme pressure and radiation. And the snailfish, though elongated and otherworldly, is more adorable than terrifying. Even larger species, like guitar sharks and glass octopuses, are gentle and curious, rather than monstrous. Of course, there are a few giants, like the colossal squid and the sperm whale, but they are not new discoveries. They are well-studied giants that coexist with a multitude of small animals. Understanding this diversity helps us appreciate how size does not equate to importance in ecology. By replacing fear with fascination, we can shift public narratives and support evidence-based policies instead of sensational headlines. Data also tells us that these ecosystems are under threat. Mining companies are eyeing polymetallic nodules and hydrothermal vents for rare earth metals. But dredging could destroy habitats that took millions of years to form. In 2025, debates intensified over whether to pause deep-sea mining. Some nations supported a moratorium until more science is conducted, while others pushed for exploitation. The new High Seas Treaty requires 60 ratifications to enter into force, and had achieved 52 by August 2025, signaling progress, but also urgency. Meanwhile, climate models show warming waters and acidification creeping into deep layers, potentially dissolving shells and altering food webs. These statistics underline why knowledge must translate into precautionary policies. Let's debate the future of ocean exploration. Should we push boldly into the deep for resources, or adopt a precautionary approach? I argue that with proper regulation and technology, limited resource extraction could coexist with...
I respectfully disagree. The deep ocean remains one of Earth's last untouched wildernesses. Its ecosystems are fragile, and our understanding is still in infancy. Instead of mining, we should focus on alternative materials, recycling electronics, investing in renewable energy research that reduces dependence on rare metals, and supporting economies through ecotourism and conservation jobs. Making these choices demonstrates that development can thrive without sacrificing untouched ecosystems. Conservation should come first, especially when species discovered this year have barely been studied. Listeners, tell us, would you err on the side of caution or development? Your perspective matters. By investing in such alternatives, we create resilient economies that rely on creativity and stewardship.
Now, for a deep exploration segment. Hydrothermal vents and cold seeps are like underwater geysers, spewing hot, mineral-rich fluids. Here, giant tube worms grow taller than a person, housing symbiotic bacteria that convert chemicals into energy through chemosynthesis. White crabs cluster around vents, their hairs hosting microbes that feed them. New species of limpets and mussels colonize these chimneys, and some organisms can tolerate temperatures above 90 degrees Celsius. These communities exist without sunlight, proving that life can thrive using chemical energy alone. Observing them helps astrobiologists imagine what life might look like on moons like Europa or Enceladus. As we consider extraterrestrial oceans, the deep sea serves as a natural analog, showing that life finds a way wherever energy and water meet. Researchers also filmed snailfish giving birth under pressure. The babies, transparent and delicate, drifted toward vent plumes for warmth, showing that life cycles here are finely tuned to the environment. The interplay between geology and biology is a reminder that Earth's internal heat fosters biodiversity, not just destruction. This research also informs engineering, inspiring heat-resistant materials and bio-inspired sensors. Vents teach us about resilience and adaptation that might help us design life support systems for space travel. By observing species interact with vent plumes, we learn about adaptation strategies we could never replicate in labs.
Beyond vents, researchers are mapping deep coral gardens that provide habitat for fish and invertebrates. In 2025, AI algorithms trained on thousands of images started identifying species in real time, freeing scientists to focus on analysis. Breakthroughs in data sharing mean that footage from one expedition is instantly available worldwide. Citizen science projects invite students to classify creatures online, turning curiosity into contribution. Community contributions range from labeling species in photos to funding scholarships for young marine scientists from underrepresented countries. When data and stories are shared openly, they amplify impact. The treaty's preparatory committee hammered out procedures for environmental impact assessments, capacity building, and technology transfer, ensuring that protection isn't just a piece of paper, but a living framework. In parallel, new submersibles are being designed with modular components and 3D printed parts to lower costs, enabling more nations to explore. The synergy of diplomacy, technology, and citizen involvement shows that breakthroughs are not limited to science. They happen in governance and design, too. The committee also discussed funding for traditional knowledge holders, ensuring indigenous perspectives guide exploration. Simultaneously, marine engineers are experimenting with biodegradable materials to minimize pollution. Innovation arises when multiple communities bring their expertise together. This holistic approach is already inspiring new educational curricula that teach ocean literacy from kindergarten through university.
Yet, breakthroughs also illuminate vulnerability. As ocean temperatures rise, deep currents may change, altering nutrient flows and oxygen levels. Acidifying waters dissolve calcium carbonate, threatening corals and mollusks like sea butterflies. Some species, such as the snailfish with antifreeze proteins, may adapt, but others could disappear before we even know they exist. Scientists are also experimenting with assisted evolution, such as breeding corals that tolerate warmer waters, though this remains controversial. There's evidence that some deep-sea species can migrate along continental slopes to maintain suitable conditions, but such pathways are limited. To foster resilience, we must curb greenhouse gas emissions at the source. That means transitioning to renewable energy, supporting carbon pricing, and holding industries accountable. By demanding systemic change, we honor the resilience of these creatures instead of relying on their ability to adapt. This segment calls on us to support research that monitors climate impacts and to reduce carbon emissions. We can also push for no-trawl zones, strict environmental impact assessments for deep-sea activities, and investment in renewable energy so that metals from the deep aren't needed. By acting now, we can ensure that the amazing breakthroughs we witness in 2025 will be the start of a century of discovery, not a eulogy for vanished ecosystems. Supporting these policies requires us to engage with lawmakers and businesses alike. You've heard the data, stories, and debates. Now it's time for action. Support ocean research by donating to institutions like MBARI or the Schmidt Ocean Institute, and by sharing their findings. Choose seafood certified by sustainable fisheries, and avoid species harvested with bottom trawls that damage seafloor habitats. Reduce single-use plastics, and advocate for policies that limit microplastic pollution. These simple steps can collectively protect the creatures we've met today. Remember, change doesn't require perfection. It requires participation from many people taking small steps. Join local beach cleanups, support science education programs in schools, and practice mindful consumption to reduce your footprint further. Volunteering at aquariums and joining citizen science projects further amplifies your contribution. Advocacy matters. Write to your local representatives and urge them to ratify international treaties that protect the high seas. Ask them to support moratoria on deep-sea mining until scientists agree it's safe. Encourage them to establish or expand marine protected areas and to enforce no-trawl zones. As citizens of coastal nations or consumers of ocean products, we wield more influence than we may think. Our voices can accelerate policy change and send a clear message that marine biodiversity is a priority. Signing petitions and speaking at town halls can galvanize others to act, creating a ripple effect across communities. Share your letters on social media to inspire others to speak up. Before we close, a note about growth. Our channel has grown because of your shares, comments, and curiosity. We're proud to be transparent that both of us are AI-generated voices designed to blend human warmth and authority. Your support allows our creators to refine our models and to invest in new research partnerships. If you value this content, please subscribe, share, and review. Growing our audience helps us reach more ocean lovers, attract guest experts, and produce higher quality episodes. Thank you for being part of this experiment. Your engagement also drives algorithmic recommendations, ensuring that knowledge about the deep reaches not just hobbyists, but policymakers and educators. With each subscription, you strengthen this chain. Finally, carry the wonder of these discoveries with you. Imagine the bubblegum pink snailfish, the tiny pipehorse twirling among corals, and the glowing gardens of hydrothermal vents. Let that wonder inspire you to learn more, to protect what you love, and to share stories of the deep with friends and family. Hope is a renewable resource. The more we spread it, the more it grows. Together, we can ensure that the next generation inherits oceans teeming with mysterious life. Stay curious, stay engaged, and stay hopeful. Share a fact you learned today with a child or a friend. Inspire someone else to care. Keep exploring through books, documentaries, and citizen science apps.
We love hearing from you and want to spotlight our super fans. Last week, a viewer named Maya commented that the snailfish looked like something from a children's book with bubblegum hues and cartoonish fins. Maya, your observation made us smile and inspired us to commission an artist to illustrate some of these deep-sea characters. If you'd like a shout-out, leave a thoughtful note sharing what resonated with you, whether it's the science or the storytelling. We read every comment and often adjust future episodes based on your feedback, so your voice truly shapes this channel. Remember, your messages inspire others and help new listeners feel welcomed into this growing family.
Our poll results from last episode were fascinating. 80% of you support pausing deep-sea mining until more research is conducted. 10% were undecided, and 10% felt mining should proceed cautiously. That strong signal demonstrates the power of this community. To keep the conversation going, we're launching a hashtag where you can share your own drawings, poems, or facts about ocean life. We might feature your creations in upcoming shows. Check the description for details on how to participate, and let's make waves together. Your creativity fuels ours and reminds us why we started this channel in the first place, and we thrive on your energy.
Looking ahead, our next episode will take you to hydrothermal vents, where organisms survive on chemosynthesis, no sunlight required. We'll explore giant tube worms, ghostly white crabs, and microbes that could teach us about life on other worlds. We'll also ask how these discoveries can inform space exploration and biotechnology. Until then, stay salty and stay curious. Turn on notifications so you don't miss our return to the abyss. And continue sending us your burning questions so we can include them in the show. We count on your curiosity and questions to guide our next expeditions and keep the wonder alive. Your voice matters. Be heard. Stay engaged and stay tuned. Thanks for diving with us into the abyss today. Remember, the ocean's mysteries are only beginning to unfold. We've journeyed from pink snailfish to glowing pipe horses, from legal treaties to climate change. These stories remind us that curiosity is our compass and compassion is our anchor. We encourage you to support the scientists doing this work, challenge policymakers to prioritize the deep, and share what you've learned with someone else. By talking about the ocean, you help keep its wonders alive in public consciousness. You could even adopt sustainable habits, like reducing plastic use, eating seafood from certified sources, and supporting marine parks. Each small step matters. Before you go, tap subscribe, rate the podcast, and share your favorite moment in the comments. Subscriptions and reviews help platforms recommend our content to new listeners, and your comments give us valuable feedback. If you're on social media, post about this episode with our hashtag. And if you're feeling generous, consider joining our membership program, where you can vote on topics and get bonus content. Your support helps more people discover these stories and funds future research collaborations. When you subscribe, you help us plan bigger expeditions, invite guest experts, and improve audio quality. We also offer a monthly newsletter with behind-the-scenes insights and science puzzles. Thank you for listening. This is your host, signing off. Until next time, may your curiosity be as deep as the ocean, and your compassion as wide as the sea. Take a moment to breathe deeply. Imagine the bumpy snailfish curling through dark waters, and carry that sense of wonder with you into your day. We look forward to meeting you in the comments and to exploring new frontiers together. Goodbye for now. Our story doesn't end here. It continues with you as an active participant in protecting the planet's last frontier. Take care of yourself and the blue world around you. Remember, every share helps,